consumer play. Texting is being used business to business wise on a daily basis. So a little bit about texting. I think you probably have seen over the last couple of months. Does anybody who knows what a shortcode is? Ooh, this is going to be fun. Okay. So a shortcode you'll see on advertising, and a shortcode is a 5 or 6 digit number that you text into. Okay. So you'll see, I'm sure all of you saw on American Idol, you probably saw a shortcode on the Obama campaign, you saw shortcodes, some reality TV shows, things like that. So it's a 5 or 6 digit number that you text in instead of a 10-digit phone number, and then it has a keyword associated with it. Okay, so it could be text 70626 pizza, right? And that could be to text in to get a pizza type coupon. So you have a short code and you have a keyword. So clients get that mixed up all the time and they say, I need a bunch of short codes. No, those are really expensive. You don't want a bunch of those. You want a bunch of keywords. So how this kind of works is a consumer texts in from their phone, and since above 90% have text messaging capabilities, anyone can text into a short code. You have US and then you have international, which is a little bit different. That then goes and looks and sees from a carrier perspective how that's coming in. So in the US we have 18 carriers, okay? So it comes in and it says, it doesn't matter if I'm Verizon, you're AT&T, you're T-Mobile, doesn't matter in the texting world if you have the proper technology. Then there's about 3 aggregators in the US, thousands internationally, that all the text messages go through in the US. So if you're AT&T, you are not sending your own text messages, they're going through an aggregator. Okay, I know. I wish I was the aggregator, because that means they get a percentage of every text message that goes out in the country. And it is a monopoly, so it's not like going on, getting a GoDaddy domain for your short code. The industry is very monopolized. Then from that, you have to have the technology to be able to send the messaging. So you can't just go buy a short code online and start doing your messaging. You actually have to have the technology that sends it, right? And that's where companies like my company and other mobile content providers who have the ability to be able to send messages based on features, functionality, capabilities, the ability to do the polls and surveys, the ability to push out schedules, things like that. So we have very close relationships, mobile content providers and aggregators, and we actually don't even work directly with the carriers because the aggregator is the front end of this, okay? So when the message comes in, it does this loop, right? So it comes in, and then it goes through. And all of this is done within seconds. So when you text in, literally in no more than 2-3 seconds, you get a response back. But in order to do that, that is kind of the dynamics of what you have to do. So we have agencies, clients, individuals ask us all the time, well, can I do this myself? Well, if you started today, you'd be so far behind. We would be on like version 10 of text messaging technology by the time you could catch up to speed. To get a short code, it takes 120 days. You could buy a house quicker than you could get a short code in the US, and there's no time or money or bribery or anything that makes that process any faster. So if you have a client that tells you, yeah, well, we're just going to go out and get a short code for our holiday season, you should tell them, well, you should have started that the first of the summertime, because you're not going to make holiday season. And so really this process, the part of the understanding from an agency perspective to be able to talk to clients and so forth about the mobile industry is to really understand it yourself and understand that there are tons of benefits in doing it, but you really need to team up from an agency or a client perspective with your mobile content providers, because the time, money to try to do it from scratch is really tough. And there's a lot of, I know there's some questions about kind of legalities and so forth. From the mobile content perspective, text marketing is 100% opt-in. So we get the question all the time of, can I go buy a cell phone list? No, it's not email. The reason that mobile marketing is so effective is that it's permission based. So you have to opt in, whether you opt in from the web or you opt in from your cell phone to receive it. So why is mobile not, why are the response rates so great? And, do we see them declining? There's very strong laws around mobile marketing and the ability for permission-based marketing. It will never be where email is. It will never have spam rates of 70 to 80%, because a year from now I may be opted into my 5 favorite brands, places I eat, whatever. Today I may be opted in to one as a consumer, but it's what I want to receive. Right? So you kind of tie that into, the social media and so forth. Think of it as, your fan pages, right? I have fan pages on Facebook of who I am interested in, and I can delete those at any time. If you think about that from a cell phone perspective, I can be opted in to receive, messages from, Best Buy and Chick-fil-A, because those are my 2 favorite places. And at some point, if I decide I don't like Best Buy anymore and I like Walmart, then I can be opted into Walmart. But as a consumer, I have the choice of who I want to receive and communicate with. And that's, I think, a lot of what people are saying today is we're really in the age of consumers are driving the marketing, right? So it's how customers want to be communicated to, and you have to determine what that channel is. So the mobile ecosystem. There's kind of 3 main buckets in the mobile ecosystem from a mobile marketing perspective. The first one, and Jeff showed a little bit of it earlier, is the mobile image and bar recognition. And I think we're going to have different opinions on this, but that's always good to be able to have that, right? It's great to be able to do the image recognitions. You've probably seen some on cereal boxes. They're big in Asia. They have a very low penetration rate in the U.S. Some agencies are playing with them because they've got that kind of cool factor to them. As a matter of fact, the phones, there are a lot of camera phones out there, but the amount of camera phones that have internet access and camera phones that have unlimited internet access is less than 15%. So if you're looking at a play where you want to reach mass population, that's your wow factor, not your high return. Okay, that's I want to have a cool barcode and have a lot of people are doing with text. So you take a picture of a product, but you get one-way text back. So it'll send you a link to a website, and you can go look. You click on the website. Problem is you have to download the software to be able to take the barcode. Okay, so if I'm in a Walmart and I take a picture of a cereal and I want to find out how much sugar it has in it, I now have to download the software in store. I then take a picture if I'm still in store by the time I've downloaded that, and then I take a picture and I get a text message back that says, here's the web link to go do more. So now I need to click on the web link, which means I need internet access to pull it up. So it definitely has its time, its place. It's good for some things, but it really needs to be tied into giving consumers multiple choices. So what we tell our customers, if you're going to use a barcode, you need to put texting above it, and it really depends on your customer type. Walmart shopper, they're not going to use barcodes. They're not going to have your $60 a month unlimited data plan. They're not going to have the patience to download software, wait for it to download, try to figure out how to take the picture, take it, text it in. So you have to have both ways. So give them the option of having the wow factor of doing the barcode with the texting involved in it too. So you cover your 10 to 15% of your savvy folks, and then you cover your 95% of everybody else to be able to do both. So that's kind of the barcode image recognition. A lot of the mobile you've seen in the industry today will be changing. Mobile is really kind of the tip of the iceberg. There's been really huge success stories, but the success stories are going to be so much greater in the upcoming months and the upcoming years because of the technology. A lot of companies that dip into mobile have no idea what they're doing. And they have no idea what they're doing because They have nobody internally, just like social